Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything I know about Luminar Neo and what's going to happen to Luminar AI. I'm not going to bury the lead. Luminar AI isn't going anywhere. They're calling this a family of products. Luminar Neo, they're calling a creative image editor, and Luminar AI, an AI photo editor. And what all that means, I'll get to that in a minute. I just want to add a bit of commentary here. Last year, when they came out with Luminar AI, I did videos on it, and I was pretty hyped up about it. Despite it not having some features that Luminar 4 had, and despite it not being able to read a Luminar 4 catalog. So those that had Luminar 4 and had maybe thousands of images in that catalog and edits to those images, when they moved over to Luminar AI didn't read any of those edits. So you had to basically start from scratch. But the meetings I had, along with other affiliates, I'm not special. It wasn't like I was singled out to have a meeting with Skylum. Hundreds of other affiliates had these Zoom calls with them. And I was sold. I thought it was really a fantastic product. And on the whole, I think it is a good product. I think it is a great editor. And I think those that use it like it. Now, a year later, they're coming out with Luminar Neo. Now, unlike when they released Luminar AI, they're not discontinuing Luminar 4 or Luminar AI. Luminar AI is still going to be developed. It's going to get new camera support. So when, Sony, whatever camera you use, when they come out with a new camera, it's going to have that support added to it. When Windows comes out with, or when Microsoft comes out with Windows 11, it will get support for that. So it's still going to get support. But from my understanding, it's not going to get anything new added to it. Luminar Neo is now going to be that application. The other thing is the catalogs aren't compatible with one another. So if you have an edit done in Luminar AI, Luminar Neo is not going to be able to read that edit. Just like Luminar 4 and Luminar AI. Luminar AI couldn't read Luminar 4's edits. So it's like kind of living a Groundhog Day all over again. The only difference is they're not discontinuing Luminar AI. They are marketing Luminar AI to the photographer that maybe is more of a hobbyist, that doesn't like working on a computer, that just wants an image editor that is powerful, but you could do your edits relatively easily. Whereas Luminar Neo, you could do more advanced things. You could do compositing. You could do things that you couldn't do with Luminar AI, because Luminar AI doesn't have layers and Luminar Neo does have layers. So you'll be able to do more there. So that's the way they're marketing it. Now, I'm going to be honest with everyone here. As you know, I'm an affiliate with Skylum Software, and I'm an affiliate for a lot of different companies. And the most profitable affiliation I have is with Skylum. I make the most money from Skylum. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar, that doesn't mean that they pay me directly to do videos. When you're an affiliate, what it means is when I do these videos, in the description below the video, you'll see a link and a discount code. And anyone that clicks the link and or uses the discount code, I get a commission on the sale. And that's how I earn money. So there's always kind of a fine line I have to walk. Like, where does my integrity begin or end? Where do I say, well, enough is enough, And I can't honestly come on here and do a video and say I agree with what they're doing. I also am conflicted because of all the different companies I'm an affiliate for. The people I deal with at Skylum are the nicest people I've ever talked to. few years ago when my son was sick and he was getting chemotherapy, they would call me to see how he is. And these are people that live in Ukraine and I've never met, you know. So they're the super nicest people, at least the people in sales that I deal with. And so, you know, you got all these different kind of forces working on you when you're doing this. Now, I'm sorry I'm getting so long with this commentary, but it's hard for me to be honest and say that, oh, wow, you know, Neo's, it may be awesome. I haven't seen it yet. They said I'm going to get a beta version in a month or two. It may be great, but what the kicker is bothering me is that it's not compatible with the Luminar AI catalog. That is what's bothering me a lot. I mean, it's fine if you want to come out with a new product and you want to charge money for it, as opposed to those, you know, make those people that already bought the previous product, make them pay for it again. At least make it compatible so that you could read those edits. So I'm really bothered by that. Other than that, I just want to temper everything. I'm going to tell you all about it, all right? But some things I either misinterpreted or I was misinformed about Luminar AI, and I did videos touting things that didn't come to fruition. For example, Portrait Bokeh AI, that was originally called Bokeh AI, and it would blur the background behind any object, not just a person. But when it finally came out, it only blurred behind a person. It didn't blur like behind a statue or behind a coffee cup or something like, or a cat. It didn't work the way I was originally led to believe it was going to work. Also, if you edit a portrait, well, let's say you have a group shot with 2, 3, 4 people, because it doesn't have layers, right? You can't edit one face, then edit a second face, edit a third face. But when it was presented to us before the product was released, they actually had the portrait tools in the local adjustment tools. So you could do a local adjustment on one face, a second local adjustment on a second face, a third local adjustment, and so on. But when the product actually came out, it didn't have that. It just had the portrait tools as a global adjustment, and you couldn't do it on individual faces. So I'm going to tell you what I know, but I just want to warn you that maybe I'm misinterpreting some of this, or maybe it won't actually be that way when it comes out. All right. So take that for what it's worth. And at the end, I'll show you the pricing and links and all that stuff. All right. Now, as far as Luminar Neo, it's going to be like, again, it's a whole new product. It's not going to be compatible with Luminar AI, but from what I understand, it's going to be able to do everything Luminar AI currently does. It will do. But then it's going to have more. For example, if I scroll down here, you could relight an image with, I guess, just a click. So you could relight an image. You could replace a background behind anything or person. Now, they're showing a person here. Now, I'm going to assume that you could replace a background only behind people. So if you have a picture of a dog and you want to replace the background, I'm going to guess you won't be able to do that. I'm basing that on Portrait Bokeh AI. It only works behind a person, and I got a feeling they're using similar technology to replace the background behind that object, and that object has to be a person. I could be wrong on that, but like I have a great shot of some birds, but the background is really bad, and I would want to replace the background behind those birds. I'm not sure I'd be able to do that with this. Rest assured that when I do get a beta version, that will be one of the first things I check. Also, if you have dust on your sensor, or if you have spots on your lens or anything like that, it will automatically remove all those spots, no matter what kind of spots they are. So it'll do that automatically. It will remove power lines, I guess, with just a click. So you can see those power lines that are all going through the image here. Apparently, it will automatically remove all power lines. Let's see. It has layers and masking, so you could, I would assume now you could do a selection. Like you could see here of the mask, it has the woman selected off this background, and it has a different background and flowers added in. So that's things you could do in Photoshop and Affinity Photo that you should be able to do with Neo as well. They're saying it's lightning fast. It's got a redesigned image engine and optimized memory usage. The last Zoom call I was involved with all those other affiliates, the CEO, or I think he was the CEO, he was the co-founder of the company. He talked about how they redid it so it's a lot faster. Whether or not that happens or not, or is true, we'll see once we get it. They're going to have a mobile app, but it's my understanding that the mobile app isn't an editor. So what it is you take photos on your phone, and with the mobile app, you could load them into your Luminar Neo catalog, edit them on your computer, and those edits will go onto your phone, and then from your phone, you could easily share them on Facebook, Instagram, and so on. So there's that. And they're, talk about their complex task and all this other stuff. So that's Luminar Neo. Now, it's my understanding, again, that Luminar AI is still going to get support, but I don't think it's going to get any new features. So it's just going to be supported with new camera, stuff, for RAW, so it could read the RAW files of new cameras. And when Windows and Mac or OS 10 come out with new versions, it will get support for that. But Luminar Neo is going to be the product that gets all the updates. Now, as far as pricing is concerned, again, I'll have links in the description below this video. Again, they're my affiliate links. I explained what that's all about. They have one computer and two computer licenses. I don't know why they do that, but they have a pre-order for the first 30,000 people. You could get a single computer license for $54, a two computer license for $59. And if you want to get Luminar AI and Luminar Neo bundled together, you get a single computer license for $83 and a two computer license for $98. So let's see. Yeah, nothing there, nothing special there. But that's the pricing for this pre-sale. I'm told that my discount code will not work, but I'll have it listed below anyway. You could try, but last year it didn't work, and I know it didn't because people told me. So that's the early bird pricing. Again, as soon as I know more about Luminar Neo, I will let you know. I'm supposed to get, as I mentioned, a beta version, I think in about a month or so. And as soon as I do, and I'm allowed to, I will do a video demoing some of these features, and we'll see how good it actually is. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. Thank you for everyone that supports me with these affiliations that I have. I know it's kind of a pain in the neck, but I do appreciate it. It is a major source of my income, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Talk to you guys soon.